everyone, and welcome to Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. I am Larkin coming live to you from the United States. Hopefully you can hear me. I will check comments in a moment, but please make sure you say hello and where you're listening from when you pop in today so we can all set the ambiance and the mood here. This is a sacred hour with spirit, guys, and I hope you understand what that actually means. It means that we are connecting beyond space and time with your spirit teams. And your spirit teams actually, they include hundreds, possibly even thousands of beings supporting you on your behalf. I have personally witnessed and experienced this for myself, and I've seen it countless times in readings. So although we may be talking to one or two past loved relatives or animal family members that have passed on, spirit guides and a few angels or teachers in spirit, please know that your spirit teams consist of hundreds and thousands of amazing eternal beings that love you unconditionally. And they know when you are here. They know who is here. They know who is going to watch the rebroadcast. They know if you're going to log off early. They know all these things, and we don't. So this is a sacred hour. If you have to, write a note and put it on the door of the room that you're in that says sacred hour with spirit, please do not disturb. I should talk. I have a husband, a house full of animals, and my parents that I'm caring for. So I'll probably be interrupted more than any of you. But do your best to make sure that this sacred hour of spirit is dedicated to that, because you have to be open to receiving. Your nervous system needs to slow down and calm down. Your baggage needs to be left at the door. Your expectations need to be let go of. And you need to be relaxed and open to receive. I personally have 3 drinks with me. I recommend non-alcoholic beverages. I usually have candles and incense. I have my little Ganeshi today. I recommend you all do that. Maybe you have some music or without words or some, 32 hertz or 532 hertz or something like that you want to play, or some wind chimes. Maybe you have incense. Like I'm going to put on some Nag Champa right now so that we can clear our human senses and be more open to receive. You cannot come to a reading the way you address the rest of your day. You cannot come to a sacred hour with spirit or even manifesting the way you go through the most of your day. Okay? You actually have to be engaged. And the more you all engage in what we do today, and I don't just mean messaging, when is it my turn? Do I get a reading? I mean really fully engage. Be present. Listen to other people's readings, because believe it or not, since spirit knows who's here, they will speak to you through other people's messages. And oftentimes, because I go where spirit guides me and spirit knows best, they will often choose someone else before calling on you for a reading, because they know there may be something that you block if you're called on, but it might come through for someone else. Or perhaps another soul or spirit team is going to open the pathways for you and the message that you need. I never know, guys. It's a matter of trusting and having faith and following spirit. Okay. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm holding space for you guys. Just please make sure that you are paying attention to other people's readings and the lessons that come through. Don't get too caught up in what you're wanting or expecting. Allow spirit to surprise you. Your job is to be engaged and to relax. That's also how you manifest, by the way, guys. For those of you who don't know, my name is Larkin. I am a lifelong intuitive psychic medium, a channel, an animal interpreter, and I'm also a mindset and manifesting coach and a transformational specialist. So if you are feeling stuck or want clarity, you're in the right place. Okay. My readings include you as part of your spirit team, because you are. And the messages that will come through to you also tell you how to get clarity, how to heal. You guys are not off the hook. You are the one in physical form here from your spirit team. So you will find there are calls to actions that come through in my readings. Okay. I do not do fluffy readings. Okay. And so if that is not your thing, then I'm probably not the person for you. Okay. I also want to say before we get started, my schedule is insane right now. So if it takes me a week to email you back, that's typical right now for me. If I am late or I miss a live, I either have a migraine, I am helping my parents, or I have an animal rescue. Okay. And we're just all going to have to tolerate that for now. If that doesn't work for you, there are the best readers I've ever seen here in Veronica's group on her pages. And there are countless readers out there. You guys do not have to come to me. You do not have to come to my readings. Okay. I'm not trying to insult or offend anyone. I'm just here when I can be here, and I'm going to be late. I'm going to miss readings. I'm going to make it up to you. But that's just how my life is right now if I want to be present with you. Okay. I have a lot on my plate. Not that everybody doesn't, but I have way too much going on. So I just have to work with what I've got. Okay. So thank you all for your patience. Okay. Let's say hi to everybody. I'm going to start some readings. I know there are some people waiting because I owe you guys a makeup reading this week from last time. We'll see who's on here tonight. Michelle, good day. Great to see you. Hi, Jenny Berlin. Thank you for saying hi. Ellison G's, hello. Good to see you. Oh, so cool. I get some of the same people if I get on this time of night, and other times I get a whole different group of people. It's so much fun. Sassy Jazz, welcome. Hello. Oh my gosh, Natalie. I hope your dad's feeling better. I'm having family members suffer from stroke. Yeah, it's tough. I think he's doing well. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you so much. All right, let's see here. Yeah, absolutely. The horses are well, Sassy. Thank you. Absolutely. It's beautiful weather here right now, so they're liking that. Hello from the UK, Woodfield. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Oh, okay, Elisa G's. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry if it's lagging. I'm not really sure what to do about that. It's working from my end, so I apologize if it's causing you guys problems. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see. Oh, you love Nog Champa, Miss Shelley. Me too. I have so many here. It's hard to pick. I just let Spirit pick for me. Let's see. Sassy said, I already have one drink. I may have hot chocolate too. Wonderful. Welcome from Scotland. Yeah, I always seem to have 3 beverages with me. I don't know why. I've always been like that. It took me a long time to realize I did that. I am good. I'm good, Georgina. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for asking. I love all you guys saying hi from the UK. I miss living over there. Oh my gosh. Okay, Natalie. Let's see. I love this. Natalie was one of my clients, and she discovered her spirit team while she was coaching with me. So this is exciting. I've been consciously inviting my spirit team into this moment. It's now habitual big shifts. Yes. In my connection with them. That is awesome. Register for Larkin's event. They're priceless. Oh, Natalie, that's fantastic. Yay. Yeah, guys, I will, before I get started on readings here, I'll pop my school in here. It may not be. Wait a second. I'm going to copy the school. My school is free. It's a platform called School, and it is free for the first 200 people. It's for like-minded people like all of you on here. And what makes it unique is I offer a lot of support and guidance, both from the mindset aspect and the spiritual and metaphysical aspect, because you are whole beings, okay? So if you are feeling stuck, or you want clarity, or you're struggling to manifest, or you want to awaken your intuition and you want to learn to connect with spirit better yourself, this is a great place for you to be. Okay. So I just put that in the comments. If you guys want to join me there, all of my lives. I have a calendar of all my lives and events up there. You can message and ask questions. You can connect with people and make friends. I have thousands of followers from different platforms that I'm inviting over. So right now we're just getting started, but the 200 is going to fill up fast. So if you guys decide you want to be in that, please do. Also, quick reminder, the 29th, the last Saturday of this month is our Meet Your Spirit Guides. I only have 2 spaces left. So if you all literally want to meet your spirit guides, whether you work with them a lot already, or whether you want validation, or maybe you want to believe you have them, but you're just getting started. Either way, this event's great because you literally get to meet them, and I hold space for you to hear how they're trying to communicate with you and to help you better build a relationship with your spirit guides. Okay. So if you want to participate in that, you need to email me at larkinsreadings@gmail.com. Please save my email to your contacts, or I cannot promise you that you will get the information for the live event or even get a reply from me. Okay. Sometimes people are like, well, I haven't heard back for you. And it's like, well, I never got the email because it might go to my spam. Yours might go to your spam. So if I respond to you, it will probably go to spam because it's a business email unless you save it to your contacts. So you can write spirit guides and send it to this email. Or if you're feeling stuck and you want a free 20-minute discovery call, you can just write discovery call. Those are 2 different things, guys. And we will get you scheduled for that. I only do 10 discovery calls a week, okay? So there you go, guys. There are some ways to be in touch. All right. Let's see who we have on here. Maggie, been doing some genealogy and feel connected to a great-grandparents. Oh, that's amazing. Wow. Really cool, Maggie. Good. So Maggie, you had emailed me a long time ago and I emailed you back. I don't know if you got my emails or not, but just make sure you save my email there. Okay. Let's see. Osgs. Internets. Okay. Hi, Marie Taylor. Guys, Michelle Rose, welcome. Guys, I need you to be specific. Paid personal readings are a lot more in depth. They're longer. You get a lot more details. They're way more personal. These are free online readings. And the more I open up and I get, the more I receive. So I have a tendency to go much, do more than I really should do, take longer on these readings. These free online readings are a gift for you guys to get free, right? That means you're not paying forth the energy of money. Free assistance, guidance, healing, connection, and help, which I love doing. But my spirit team has been trying to get me to move along a little more quickly because these are meant to help as many people as possible. I tend to take a long time to do them, and I don't get to as many people as I should. So my spirit team has asked me to ask you, please just help me cut through the beginning of the hunt and peck and just be specific about what you want to know. Okay. I love cold readings. They're easy, but they do take a little bit longer. And my spirit team says I'm already slow. So that's the way it goes. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Maggie, I emailed you quite a few times. I had you on the Meet Your Spirit Guides list. I had you on a readings list. So if you didn't save my email to your contacts, it probably just went to spam because it's a business email. Okay. Just so you guys know, if you email me, I will get back to you within like 24 hours to 3 days. So if you have not heard from me, it is because somehow my email must have gone to spam. Okay. All right. Natalie. I have a vague memory of a green dog who I met when I was very young. Oh, wow. Isn't that neat? Well, Natalie, actually, this is neat, guys. And I'm going to start our readings by answering Natalie's question. So we have for those of you who don't know, I have 2 masterminds for $47. So for 2 90-minute sessions, you can get group coaching for $47 a month, which is, I charge at least $10,000 a year for private coaching. So that's a really great deal. And on Tuesday, yesterday, we did a shamanic journey in the Awakening Your Intuition course mastermind, Natalie. And I took them down a journey to meet one of their animal protection guides. So I think it's cool that you asked this because they all met at least one or multiple animals that are their protection guides. And this reminds me of something like that. So I want to answer this question for Natalie, for all of you. So I hope everyone's paying attention and taking notes. Okay. You said not sure if this is a guide or my imagination. And this is a really priceless question, guys, because we assume that imagination means not real. We've been taught that imagination equates with pretend or fake. It does not. Okay. Imagination means to image. And when you are on the other side and you are spirit, you do that all the time. You're like, I want to visit this loved one. Boom. I want to be at that lake with that soul. Boom. I want to be in this universe. Boom. I want to look like a red dragon. Boom. Okay. Like, to image is actually a real thing. Okay. So imagination is not the same as pretend. I can pretend I have black hair and I'm 6'4". But is that true? No. Okay. But I can imagine that I am, and I can imagine what it feels like. And your mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So that being said, you need imagination in order to connect with spirit, in order to manifest, in order to, well, consciously manifest, in order to strengthen your clairs and your mediumship. Okay. You don't have to have it, but it really helps, right? If you want to redecorate a room, you need to have an imagination. That doesn't mean it's fake. So when you're saying, is this a guide or is it my imagination? When we're talking about things like this, Natalie, if you're imagining it, chances are it's showing up to you. It's visiting you. It's connecting with you. And I love evidential mediumship because this is about ways for you to determine the state of reality of whatever it is. Okay. This is something, again, if you want to join my mastermind, that we work on in the Awakening Your Intuition mastermind, being able to determine the difference. So my answer would be, if you are imagining it, Natalie, that is one and the same with it being someone coming to visit you. And the best thing to do is to either journal, write to it, journal is, describe it and say, are you for real, or who are you? Are you a guide? And as you strengthen that part of yourself, you learn to say yes or no. That first answer that comes in is the truth, right? Again, it's something we learn in the Awakening Your Intuition course, but you can apply this right now, today. Okay. Do not discard, guys, something you think is your imagination. It depends on what it is. But if you feel like it is a guide or a being in spirit or from another dimension, and you're associating it with imagination, that imagination is necessary for you to connect with it in your mind's eye. I hope that makes sense. Okay. And this is the kind of stuff, guys, in school, we talk about in school too. So if you want to learn more about that, you guys, you can connect with me further. Okay. But I hope that helps, Natalie. Mwah. Great question. Everybody needed to hear that. All right, Miss Shelley, I got you starred. Let's see here. Oh, let me scroll down here, guys. I'm just starring a couple. It makes it quicker for me to go back. Let's see. Just starred. Oh, I love the little hearts and rainbows. How cute. Jenny Berlin says, I talk to my Thomas all the time. An Indian, so beautiful. Isn't that great, Jenny? That's amazing. Yeah, see, so guys, you can all, your relationship with your spirit guides is ongoing. It's going to keep developing like it does with people, as long as you give it that attention and you feed it, right? Okay. Okay, so I'm I'm going to get to you, Sassy. I want to take this. You're welcome, Natalie. Natalie says, wow, protection guides. Yes, yes. So isn't that cool? So obviously this green dog is trying to get through to you because I just did that exact exercise with my Awakening Your Intuition Mastermind clients to introduce them to their animal protection guides yesterday. And here you are asking, right? So you're in sync. So go ahead and do those things. And see what you come up with. I think that's very powerful and it's validating. So I'd love to know about my spirit animals I had around me as a child. They slipped away when I was at age 7. So guys, here's another thing. If you join my school, I have everything from, and am I marketing myself? Yes. I am sharing what I have to offer you, or you don't know about it. So I'm not ashamed of that. Okay. I just want you to know because I want people to grow and learn. Okay. I want you guys to know what you're dealing with. In my school, I have everything from free to low cost to high-end coaching. And a lot of what we do is discuss in our mastermind, Sassy, these very questions. And I give people personalized guidance and instructions for helping them to become aware of, answer these questions, and to, like you said, you want to get to know your spirit animals you had around you as a child. They slipped away when I was around 7. Yeah, they didn't slip away. They didn't go anywhere. Your mind, after the age of 6, our prefrontal cortex is more developed, and we slip more out of theta state, which is the state we're in as a small child, and we slip more into our egoic mind. That is also when we take all the brainwashing and the influence that we've been told, like this is your imagination, stop talking to imaginary beings, they're not there, you've got to be realistic and practical. People start making fun of you for things like this, and you have to understand that that was real. So your spirit animals didn't go anywhere. All that happened was your mind shifted. And it was brainwashed enough, like most people, by the time you were 6, that you cut that off by age 7. Okay. One of the reasons I can say I'm a lifelong intuitive psychic medium channel and animal communicator is because my parents did not do that to me. They taught me how I needed to keep things into reserve and how to integrate it into my life. But they allowed me to integrate in a very practical way, the way I needed to have a normal, healthy life. But at the same time, continue to keep that aspect of my awareness alive. Because children are all aware of these things, guys. We lose them as adults because we are brainwashed that they're not real and that's what we're supposed to do. Okay. And then as adults, we come back and we try to recover them. So if you want to learn more about that and you join my school, I have my stand store on there. You can go on my stand store and you can join my masterminds. If not, you can just take whatever guidance I'm giving here and keep talking to them. Natalie went through this as well with her spirit team. Keep talking to them. The more you interact with them, the more that invites them back into your awareness. But they haven't gone anywhere, Sassy. They're not ever going to go anywhere, okay? They're always there with you. Great questions, guys. Again, guys, these are more like the questions people ask in my masterminds, okay? You journal when he came to you. Great, Jenny. That's amazing. Oh, Natalie, I hope so. You'd love it. We have an amazing group of people in there. Amazing group of people. Guys, my goal is to put the power into your hands so you're aware of what's going on. If you think $47 a month is expensive, then you need to see what your priorities are. I don't want anyone in there who doesn't want to be in there. But if that means you are giving up eating out once a week or once a month, then, you have to decide how valuable that is for you. You've been having a major deja vu moments recently, a little longer than a split second. Oh, that's cool. Old dreams or random visions. I'm living like I'm in a loop. Originally, I thought I was losing my mind. And that's only because we are not taught that that's normal, but that actually should be normal. Okay, this is how a lot of the Native Americans kept their wonder and magic alive. Okay, so I would start journaling these acknowledging and paying more attention to it, LSGs. And then if you get a chance to sign up for our mastermind, I think that would be very supportive for you. Okay. Okay. Woodfield, I'm not quite sure what you're saying. Let's see here. This is a great discussion. Guys, this is the kind of discussion we're going to be getting started in the school comments. So this will be something fun you guys can do there if you join us. But then you read other people's experience. Am I traveling somehow? What is up and can I help myself? So yes, you can. Again, this is something that we go over more in these masterminds, LSGs. It's like I don't have enough time on here to get into it, but this is something we all end up discussing. So if you get in the mastermind, that's really the best thing, because then I can help you each week. We can follow up with it and follow along with what's going, and I can give you guidance. You absolutely can be traveling. We go in the astral plane a lot. We're in the quantum world 7.8 times a second. So, there can be portals where energy is coming through and you're picking up on other realities as well. So it can go either way. And I would guess it's probably a combination of both. You are helping yourself simply by getting on here and asking and inquiring. And, I would take notes. I would get on, I would journal. So you can start to see objectively your experiences and your thoughts and mind on paper. All right. That's what I would do. Great questions. All right, guys, I'm just going down the line here. You have a memory of this moment, LSGs. Wow, isn't that cool? Oh, that's what you're saying, the deja vu. Yes. Well, when we're having deja vu, because everything is happening at once outside of space and time, when we have deja vu, because we're in and out of the quantum world 7.8 times a second, what happens is we have blips where we experience this lapse in time, where we experience the oneness, where there's a convergence of experiences of time and space. Okay. And we experience that as deja vu, and we process it through our brain and our mind, but we are actually experiencing it with our consciousness. And the way it comes through is in our experience of deja vu. And that was just channeled. I channel, guys, but I don't have to go to sleep to channel. So I actually did not know that until you asked that question. And then the answer came. So that's very cool. That's very neat. Thank you for that, LSGs. Let's see. Patricia, welcome. Let's see. You believe yours is a fox. Used to scare you in your youth. Aha. So a lot of times, guys, if you find that an animal, animal totem, and we do this a lot in Furball Friday. I talk about this a lot, and in the Awakening Your Intuition course, but I'll repeat it here for you guys. Animal messengers are different, right? So you might have an animal messenger only show up once in your life, maybe as a warning sign or bringing a message, right? Or sometimes you might have repeat animal messenger. Then you have animal guides, which serve a similar purpose to our other forms of guides, although spirit guides themselves are completely unique. Okay. And then you have these animal totems, which more or less represent states of what you were born into. So it might be animal totem, might be, if you're born in the fall, you're going to have like a turtle, a Native American turtle totem, right? If you're looking at Chinese astrology, what year were you born? So totems are more of a marker that represent something broader. Then you have specific animal guides, like animal guardians, which is kind of what you're talking about, Woodfield, or animal protection guides, and they can serve different purposes. And I agree with you. I definitely think you have a fox, and that's wonderful because they can be silent, they're observant, they're strong but gentle. They can be underestimated because they're very quick and powerful. They have the ability to be independent. but they're also very gentle and adaptable critters, and they're very playful. So if you get Animal Speak by Ted Andrews and Animal Wise, I'd start with Animal Speak. You can look up some more details about the fox and learn a lot more about that, okay? All right, guys. Guys, I'm really into taking what we are doing here, the reading aspect, the intuitive part, and getting proof and validation. What good are any of the readings or guidance if it does not have a practical implication in your life? Okay, these things need to be able to be practically applied. If you get off of a reading or a live or something like that, and it's all fluffy and foo-foo, how is that serving you and what was the point? Okay, so take the information you're getting and asking, what does this mean and what am I supposed to do with it? Because everything that your spirit teams, and I mean there are hundreds and thousands of members of your spirit teams, most of which you will not be aware of during your lifetime, they're there for a purpose and they're not dinking around. So make use of it, because it's going to have a very tangible and practical application for you. Okay. Patricia, I need you to be more specific. Okay, honey? Let me know who you'd like to connect with. What are you sorry about, Elisa G's? Why are you sorry? No. We don't do that. We're not doing that. There's nothing to be sorry about. This is great. Your question's fantastic. All right, let's see here. I love the questions, guys. These are fun for me, my guys, because these are like questions people have in my Awakening Your Intuition program. Woodfield, I want to get back to you. I want to quick answer this. I want to acknowledge this. These questions you guys have tonight are the very reason that I started my school and that I opened the Awakening Your Intuition program, because there is so much misinformation out there, and there are people charging you a lot of money to either tell you what they believe is true that is not true, or they are misguiding and misleading you. I want you guys, I want to put the power back in your hands. I want you all to remember who you are as an eternal soul. I want you all to remember that you have a cosmic memory, Kathleen. I want you all to be able to tap into that for yourself. I want you guys to be able to tell the difference between your thoughts and your intuition, your imagination, and pretend. It is very important that you guys learn to stand in your power so that you are not victim to all of the brainwashing and misinformation disguised as religion, spirituality, and new age self-help garbage. Okay? And the fact that I come from both the therapy, psychological, neuroscience, mindset background and the spiritual and metaphysical background makes a perfect combination to help you guys with that. And that's why I'm doing this. Is there a message from my past life? Now, that is a great question. If you were in my Awakening Your Intuition mastermind, I could spend a long time working through that with you, with everyone else who would also learn from it. I don't have the time to do that tonight. So I'm going to give you a couple summarized answers and ways for you to find out those answers. Okay. First of all, guys, we forget who we are for a reason. When we are born into each incarnation, we have amnesia, and you're supposed to have amnesia. Yeah, you guys ever watched The Highlander? I love that show. Not just the movie, but the show. Can you imagine, those of you really young, you might not understand this, but as the decades go by, there's more and more you have to deal with that you've already experienced, right? More room for regret, for I should have, for missing people, for missing things, for longing for things, for stressing out over how is it going to be and why am I not manifesting, okay? If we came and we remembered our countless past and future lives, because it's not just past lives, Kathleen, you are eternal electromagnetic energy that is consciousness. You are outside of time and space, even right now. Do you guys realize that? Like, even when you're incarnated, you're not here. You're not here. You're like in like stasis out of here. The majority of your soul is still on the other side. Okay. And so when we have this incarnating experience, when we choose to incarnate, we can choose any time and space. So your next life, you could move into the future, or you could go back to the 1500s if you wanted to. Okay. and it all works out. So we have amnesia for a reason, because we come each time with our spirit team in agreement as to what we need to learn and what we need to grow, and what our challenges are, what our karma is, who we're supposed to be with and have certain types of relationships with. And we have the free will to change that while we're here. If we're caught up in our past lives, that is interrupted. Okay, it would be too much baggage. So we're given this free slate. Now, I do past life regression. And what I find is, number one, I am very picky about who I think should even do past life regression. Because some people, like myself when I first did it, get caught up in that past life. You can be with people here from a past life and you get so obsessed with who that person was and what your relationship was. I mean, I lost an entire year of my life because in my early 20s, I let someone do a past life reading on me, and that opened up a whole can of worms, and I just got so distracted. I was back in that time as that person, not who I am. So I've come a long way since then, but I really am very cautious with people. There are things you can learn from it. There's answers you can find, but I encourage people to remember it on their own. I like to do past life regressions because I can follow along with you and see and feel where you were. I just can travel with you when you do that. And I try to make sure it's very safe. It's a very safe space because people can get distracted by it. If you are able to have memories, things are triggering past lives or future lives, then that's supposed to happen. That's okay for you. Your soul is given that permission. Okay. So is there a message from your past life right now? No one ever asked that question. It's kind of an interesting question. I guess the first answer that came through from your spirit team was to give you instruction to be cautious and don't rely too much on the past life aspect, because guys, this is very important, and you guys might not realize how important this is, but I would take notes. The cool thing is when you come into an incarnation, you have everything you need from those past lives, and you're aware of the parts you need to be aware of, and you have those personality traits in this life to do what you need to do. So the unfun part, Kathleen, that is not romantic, it is not dramatic, it is not the ego, you're probably not going to like my answer, is you don't need to know anything about your past life in order to deal with what you're dealing with here and to do what you came here to do. Okay, zero. You do not need anything about your past life. Is it fun and entertaining? Is that a path you can use? Yes, if you're very careful. I would say, I'm asking inside conversation, can you please give me a message from past life lessons that connects with Kathleen Connor's life here that is part of her purpose and why she chose to come? And they said yes. The understanding of, I'm going to define what this means. They're saying the understanding of alchemy. They do not necessarily mean in the forms of witchcraft, okay? They mean in the forms of you came to learn to align in order to manifest. You came to learn to refine how to create in alignment with what you really are desiring and came for versus what you think you want. In other words, you came to get to know yourself better, to be honest and authentic in the form of alignment, so that what comes out and as a manifestation for you and a reality, Kathleen, is an alignment with the feeling that you really want to create in your life, the reality that you really want. Because they're showing me there's a little boop. In other words, sometimes to compensate for other people or how you feel, or to get away from a certain feeling, or to make an effort to create or change something, you get yourself out of alignment. So instead of it being a straight line, your path kind of looks like that. And so you end up creating that instead of that. You understand? And that is something they're showing me that you've experienced in several of your past lives, 3 or more. And so you came specifically to work on that this time. Okay. I don't know if that helps. I hope that resonates with you. Do you guys see why I said you need to be specific? Because I'm exceedingly thorough. Once I open up a channel for someone, more comes in and I have to choose when to cut it off. Okay. Woodfield, I want to get back to you and your question. And we have some people that want readings too. So let me see. She just said, or any messages from me, please. Okay. Well, I hope that helps. Thank you for helping you understand. Woodfield, you're welcome. I'm glad that helped. I want to see, you had another comment. I want to see what Kathleen said there. Let's see, Jenny. So true. Natalie says, yes, we need to take action in these messages in our everyday life. Absolutely, Natalie. I mean, there's no point if you don't. If you guys sit here and you just listen to me or any reader, which is like, honestly, one of my pet peeves, if you guys are just sitting there and you're doing the old-fashioned type of reading and you just want to ask something and you're expecting to whoops, oh sorry Billy, you guys are just asking a question and can I help you with something? Are you gonna throw that out? Okay. You guys are passively sitting there asking a question, and the old-fashioned ways of reading was, and the reader just, gave you an answer. You guys actually have to be engaged, right? And your spirit teams want that, guys, because it doesn't do any good. It's more the questions that you ask than the answers you actually get that are going to make a big difference, okay? All right, let's see here. These are such great questions. These are like the awakening your intuition questions I get from my clients. They're super fun. Sorry, guys, I'm following my dad here. Okay, spirit guide when I was young was a fox used to come to me in my room and talk to me. What have been my guide? Okay, so that's a great question. He used to talk to me. It used to really scare me. Could that have been my guide? So their intention is not to scare you. Woodfield, I would say yes, absolutely yes. There's a couple ways to look at that, and I think you need to do an evaluation for yourself here. I find that most children are not scared or frightened by the benevolent beings that are part of their spirit team, right? Angels, spirit guides, that sort of thing. If you have some sort of influence or programming, or like, for example, when I went to elementary school, somehow I'd gotten the idea that foxes and wolves were scary. I don't believe that anymore, but I did. I must have heard some fairy tale or something. And I related kids in the classroom that were bullies to foxes and wolves. And so obviously I made that association, right? I made that connection. So it really would depend on what you associated that with. But I believe that from what I can see, that the fox was persistent, not trying to scare you, but was persistent. Okay. And, I find usually, like, I've known children that have been locked in closets and things like that. And they said that, like, angels would show up and they weren't scared, right? They're like, the angel helped us, comforted us. So you might want to look into that and see, because I don't see any negative intention at all with the fox. And I think, and oftentimes they come intentionally to when you're in private, right? Like, my spirit guides would bug me all the time, but they would often show up also when I was on my own. So often they will wait until, kids are in their own room at night when they know that they can speak to them. And they know that the kids can speak back, and they're not going to be like, told, shut up. That's not, good or whatever. But I would definitely look up what that fox energy is and see. I definitely think that is a good and supportive energy for you. And I love, I know this is kind of weird, but I love your name. I don't know if that's your real name. I'm assuming that is your real name, like your last name, Woodfield. But I think that's hilarious because that's where foxes live, in the wood and in the fields. So I'm truly believing in your fox connection here. All right. Let's see here. Great questions, guys. Let's see here. Guys, I'm just going down the list today here. I normally have a ton of mediumship readings, and you guys have all these other cool readings today, which I love because Like I said, we do this in our mastermind. Guys, don't forget, if you like what I'm doing, I'm obviously giving you the opportunity to connect further with me. The first 200 people that join my school get to join for free. It is a free community where people get on. You can chat, ask questions like this. I have free events. You can see my calendar for everything I have. You can see when I'm live. You can get my online courses. You can do all sorts of things if you're feeling stuck or you want to learn more about spirituality or your intuition. You have questions about it. I help you guys find the real answers so that you're not just stuck falling for all the garbage stuff that's out there. I want you guys to find the real answers for yourself, and I help you to do that. That's what that's for, okay? Let's see. Miss Shelley says, I had an uncle appear next to my bed when I was 12. He was holding an axe above his head and grinning. He was all white. He was still alive. It always scared you. Oh, yeah, that's kind of creepy, huh? Well, I would say something different about this, Miss Shelley, if that was a dream. But chances are it could have been some sort of a warning for something for you. And again, I would journal about it because chances are it was a reflection of something you were trying to process. His showing up, chances are, was of something you were trying to process. And it can always be sort of shocking when it's a visitation and an appearance. We can easily appear like that, guys, to each other. It doesn't matter. Again, guys, remember, you're on the other side right now. So it doesn't matter if you're incarnated in this world or not. You can appear to other people just the same. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Hi, Nita. Welcome. Nita, what specifically would you like to know, my dear? Let me know. And don't forget, guys, if you are wanting to meet your spirit guides, there are only 2 spaces left. It's the last Saturday of this month at 12 p.m. EDT. And my email is larkinsreadings@gmail.com. You need to message me spirit guides if you want a space for that, and save my email to your contacts. If you don't, when I reply to you, you might think I haven't replied. You might not actually get the message. Okay. So there's my email, and I posted my school in there already. If you have trouble connecting with me with email and you're on my school, you can always connect with me on school and message me there. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Kirk. Yeah, Miss Shelley, there's a lot of reasons we don't remember. Let's see here. Hi, Nelia. Yeah, I mean, I gave you the basic reasons why we don't remember, and we wouldn't be able to handle it. I mean, it's just a little bit. I mean, I remember so much. My cosmic memory is so intact, and you really have to be able to detach and just use what's necessary, because our egoic mind gets so caught. I mean, think how caught up in the past you get now. Can you imagine if you were getting caught up in countless past lives? It's much more powerful if you take a vacation and you come across an old site that resonates with you, that triggers a memory of, oh my God, I was here. Like I knew I was at this church before, right? That's so magical, right? And that's why I, like in my past life regressions, I want people to remember these things for themselves. I don't want to be saying to you, oh, you were this, 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 and this. And if it fits what your ego wants to hear, that's great. But how do you know that's true? I mean, we have to have, the thing that makes the spirituality and metaphysical powerful is we have to have evidence for ourselves. And sometimes that evidence is we're the only one that knows, and we know it. And we can't prove it to anyone else. And if we all know that, then that's just as powerful. But, I don't want to be telling people, oh, this is what your spirit guide is this, and this is what your past life was. There are times and places for that, and I'm asked to do that during readings. But it's so much more powerful and believable to you if you have the memory on your own and it is not color-coded or tainted by me. or a reader. Okay. Let's see here. Yes. Thank you, Natalie. Yes, alignment is important. You dozed off, Sassy. Oh my God. I'm glad that helps, Kathleen. Excellent. Excellent. Guys, these are great questions. I love it. It's nice to have this little break here. Your phone died, Patricia. Oh no. Yeah, so Patricia, I need you to be specific, honey. What do you want? Who do you want to hear from? Give me a name or something so it can help me be a little more efficient. I'm struggling at the moment. Can't get through. My mom has horrible neighbors and the trouble doesn't go away. I'm confused with what they are doing. Oh dear. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that can be really hard. I mean, the best thing to do, Kathleen, is honestly is to learn to step into your power and to learn to be still amidst the chaos. And the reason I say that is often when we feel like we want or need to take the biggest action. But the reason this is important is because then you can hear the guidance that you're receiving, right? You can hear the guidance with clarity that you need. All right. When we are worried about something and we're thinking about it a lot, what tends to happen is we lose sight, we panic, we react, and then we disempower ourselves. So you can put those in the trash. There's a garbage bag in your room, but you can put those in the trash. Sorry guys, I'm talking to my dad. You guys can, when you're in the middle of a hurricane, right? Let's say you're in the middle of a tornado. The most powerful thing that you can do is to get in the center, right? You want to get in the center of that tornado. You want to get in the center. Sorry, guys, I'm in my dad's room. You want to get in the center. You want to get in the middle of the storm, the eye of the storm, because that is where it is. So that's where it's nice and still. Here you go. Just so you know, it's on your table, okay? And I'll be done shortly. Sorry. So what you guys can do is, you don't want to be in the outside of that, the parts of that hurricane or that tornado, because you get swept up in it, Kathleen, right? And then things get really confusing. But if you get in the center where it is still and quiet, if you've ever been in the eye of a hurricane, it's the most beautiful day you've ever been in. It's sunny, it's beautiful, it's still, it's peaceful. That's where you want to be, because that is where your spirit team, Kathleen, is giving you guidance. The other thing I want to say, and this is more coaching, but this also comes through in a reading, because the spirit teams will give you the same guidance, right? Is that you want to apply stoicism. If you're dealing with people that are difficult and they're causing problems, the last thing you want to do is create a reaction. Okay? You don't want to react. Whether they think they want a reaction or not, people will respond to a reaction. So it's very important that you don't react and you wait and respond, because chances are the less energy you put into what's going on, the more opportunity it's going to give that energy to die down. Okay. I hope that helps. This is the kind of stuff I coach my clients through. So I can just give you a brief summary here, but hopefully that helps. Let's see. Exactly. That's right. Don't give them attention. Give them as little response as possible. Okay. Don't fuel anything. Guys, if people don't have anything to argue with, they stop arguing because they're just arguing with themselves. Okay. All right. Guys, if you want a message from Spirit, please be specific. Okay. I know. Well, it's good because the fox energy is like, well, of course, just look at his last name. Of course I'm a spirit animal. I mean, this little fox has been wanting your, attention and confirmation for a long time. So this little guy is not going to be leaving you. He was always the creepy uncle. Shelly. Well, I think based on that, I think what's happened is I think he came to confirm, his soul, his consciousness, right, which is different than just his personality, came to confirm, yeah, I'm the creepy uncle, like literally, right? Because as non-egoic beings, we don't care, right? As souls, we're like, yeah, this is what I am, right? There's not that need for the ego identity there. All right. Oh, Katie Newkirk, when are you coming back to the masterminds, girl? Join us. You're missing all the fun. We just did a shamanic journey on Tuesday where everybody met their power protection animal. So come back and join us, my friends. Let's see. Guys, you're asking for spirit messages, but I'm asking you to be specific. What does that mean? Your spirit animal, your spirit guides. I mean, what does that mean? I need you to be specific because it helps me cover everybody faster. Okay, there's all my messages. Not interested in those. Let's see. I'm not interested in those. Let's see here. I'm trying to get to Anita. Okay. Okay. So Nita, this is where your spirit team gets into what I do as a coach. Okay. Because when we're dealing with finances, guys, health and finance are, sorry, my lips are dry. Hold on. When I get talking, my lips get really dry. Sorry. So money and health are the most material manifestations that we have. Okay. And so whatever, every subject is two subjects, right? And I'm going to do my very best, Nita, to summarize for you, because this is the type of question that I would sit down with my private coaching clients and we would spend 30 to 60 minutes on going through everything and changing your mindset, looking at your neurology, dealing with the mind and the body, making shifts, talking to your spirit team and making full adjustments. Okay. I can't do that with you here. So I need you to hopefully take notes and pay really good attention. I'm going to share a combination of what your spirit team is showing me and what I know as a coach, which is one and the same thing. Okay. So first of all, our finances, like everything else, is a reflection of our vibrational frequency and our mindset. Our mindset is it both guides and becomes a reflection of, or a manifestation of our habits and repetition, right? So when we're dealing with health or finance, especially anything really, but let's say when we're dealing with finances, because money is just energy, it's a representation of the culmination of our vibrational frequency and the habits and patterns and repetition of our vibrational frequency. So if our health or if our money are not in a state of vibrational frequency that really is in alignment with us and that's good for us, we will suffer. If it is in alignment, if we have habits and repetition of our thoughts and feelings and choices and vibrational frequency, then our finances are in alignment. So the real issue with the finances don't really have anything to do with money at all. The finances are the end result. Okay. And so we look at all of this backwards when we're manifesting. I hope that makes sense. So that's one thing I need you to keep in mind. I would recommend replaying this, getting a notebook and taking notes, because you're listening to this with 5% of your conscious mind. The 95% of your mind you are unaware of is the part that creates your life. And that part is the part that is creating the poor finances. So just listening to me say this alone is not going to help you. You're going to have to take the calls to action. Okay. You're going to have to change your alignment, your self-talk, your habits of thought and feeling, because your emotions are the mind and the body, and you have emotions associated with saying, with if you're saying, well, my finances pick up as I've been struggling lately. If you're constantly aware that you're struggling with your finances, I hate to tell you this, but you got to get through this part first, okay? You guys need to understand that reiterating your reality keeps your reality here. I've been teaching this for over 16 years. I transformed my whole life this way. Okay. You've got to understand the universal laws and principles of manifesting. Whatever you are focusing on now that you believe, that you are reiterating, oh, I'm struggling with money. Oh, I'm struggling with money. Every time you go to the grocery, you got to pay a bill, you got to put something online, you want to take a vacation. You are reminded you're struggling with money. But you see, we live in a yes universe, Nita, and your spirit teams know this. So when you are believing and thinking and aware that you are struggling with money, what's actually happening is you are saying to the universe, yeah, I'm struggling with money. Give me more finance struggles. Give me more finance struggles. That's what you're saying. The universe does not know negation. Okay. So you have to turn that around. Now, that doesn't mean pretend like it's not happening. It means what I would tell my coaching clients, if you were a client of mine, is I would say you need to soften it. So you need to, as Abraham Hicks says, every subject is two subjects. So when you say, like, I want to stop struggling with my finances, the opposite of that is I want to struggle with my finances. I'm aware I'm struggling with my finances. And then that's what you get. See, so they count one another out. So just saying I want to stop struggling with finances, I want it to get better, all that actually does is make it worse. Okay. So we have to step into a place where we're in acceptance and surrender. And then will you soften it a little bit? And I would like to recommend what I say to my coaching clients is what Dr. Joe Dispenza uses, the what if. What if my finances were good? What if I didn't have to worry about my finances? What if my finances were comfortable? What if I was financially comfortable? Because what if aligns your human mind and brain with the quantum world? Nothing is created that does not come through the quantum world first. Your spirit teams, guys, are in the quantum world. They're on the other side of the quantum world, actually. So you have to understand that every time you're saying you're even acknowledging, thinking about that you're struggling with finances, that's reverberating in the quantum world. You're just getting more of it. Okay. So the answer to your question is, once you begin to soften the awareness and the resistance, you have to soften the resistance to your struggles with money and not see it as that, right? You have to be looking at, what if I was financially comfortable? And that has to be your new focus. And whenever you start being aware that you're struggling with money, once you do the acceptance and surrender, don't let that go on for more than 10 seconds, because then you get momentum and it's hard to turn that train around. Okay. If you want to learn more about this, again, you don't have to work with me. Maybe you don't like me, but I would join my school and see what things I have to offer, because you're going to need to learn to reset your mindset. Okay. You're going to, working with your spirit team would help. If you want to join to meet your spirit guides, so that, because they are guiding you, you can message larkinsreadings@gmail.com. Some of you were not on here when I put this out here last time, and just type spirit guides. Okay. And then save my email to your contacts, so that when I send you the information, you don't think I haven't responded. That happens all the time. People don't save my email to contacts, and then I respond and they don't think I've responded. The other thing is you might want a discovery call. Nita, maybe you don't, but I offer 10 absolutely free 20-minute discovery calls a week for 10 people. And I ask you guys to be sincere about it. If you feel stuck and you want the next 3 steps to get unstuck, I recommend that you schedule a discovery call. It is not a sales call. It can be. Sometimes I have people that say, oh my God, I just want to work with you. And then I see if they're a good match. I might invite them to do something. But I like to give people 3 steps to realize they are unstuck. The next 3 steps they can take to get some clarity. Because if you guys keep sitting and worrying about the same thing, and your 5% of your conscious mind says you're solving the problem, truth be told, your reality is created with the 95% of your mind that you're unaware of. That's what's creating your reality. That's why you guys are making all these efforts to manifest and create change, and nothing's happening. Because this 5% of your mind is not the part that does it. Okay. So, but that's an option for you too. Okay. I hope that helps, Nita. Let me know if that helps. I hope it does. All right. Let's see if anybody gave me anything specific. Your parents. Okay. Let's see here. Sassy Gibby. Hi, Tangelo. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so Patricia, 3 things. Number 1, you should, if you want to learn to connect better with your spirit guides on your own, you should go to the link I just posted and register for my Meet Your Spirit Guides, which is the last Saturday of every month at 12 p.m. EDT. Okay? So you can learn to talk to your spirit guides on your own. Okay? The other thing is if you guys join my school, you will see that every Friday I have an event just for women in dating. Patricia, I would recommend this. It's about helping women to reclaim their power in relationships. Okay, specifically focuses on relationships with men, but I have people that date men and women that participate in it. Just so you guys all know. But it is about standing in your power in relationships, and it's absolutely free, and it is on Fridays. Okay. Let's see. So I'm connecting with your spirit guides right now, but I would learn to talk to your spirit guides on your own, is what I would do. Okay. So okay, so there's a couple things that I'm getting. Number 1, the feeling to me does feel as though there is disloyalty going on there. I don't necessarily know if it is like a full-on affair type of cheating or if it is just more mental and emotional, but I definitely do feel a yes from your spirit team on that. Here is the next aspect of that, okay? The question is, what are you willing to do about that? And what are you willing to do about being with a partner that you feel you cannot trust? Here's where I am with this after years of struggling with relationship and now having an absolute angel for a husband, okay, who I never, ever, 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 ever feel jealous of or question anything about whatsoever. I trust him completely, and I know that I can, okay? But that was a long time coming. At this point in my life, if I was with someone that I questioned if they were cheating or not, I questioned the loyalty that I know I want in my life, the partnership I want in my life, I would be gone. I would leave. I mean, I don't even think I would wait to find out because if you are with someone, guys, this is for all of you, but especially for women, if you are with someone and you feel insecure, that could just be you, but usually women that are insecure choose partners that are going to validate that insecurity because we always choose things that validate what we feel and believe. Okay? We always look for validation. So, if it were me and I didn't feel insecure with everyone, but I felt insecure with that particular partner, I would move on. And that's just my recommendation and advice. I've been coaching women for 20 years, and that's just where I'm coming from on this. I definitely would not allow it to go into being some sort of a drama because that type of thing is a habit and pattern. And often it's for the best. Often that, if someone's cheating on you guys, then you're not with the right person anyway. Okay. Unless you're someone that, likes and wants open relationships, which I don't actually think anyone is really secure with, but people say they are. All right, Patricia, I hope that helps. It's your spirit team is less interested, Patricia, in what your partner is doing and is more interested in how you handle, how you feel, and what you need. I don't know if that makes sense, but your spirit guides don't give a crap about anybody else. They only care about you and your state of mind. So regardless to what level your partner is being unfaithful, and by the way, guys, if you are with someone but you don't have a legal contract and you're not married, I don't even consider you taken unless you're in high school. Honestly, maybe college. That's just a whole different ballgame. Like if you're, everybody's into these relationships now. Oh, it doesn't matter. We don't have to be married. I don't agree with that. Because if you really want to be with that person, why wouldn't you? What's the problem? Why wouldn't you go through a ceremony and sign a paper? There's a reason for that action. There's a way out if you're not married. Do you understand that? There's a way out anyway. Do you understand that? So too many women are cool with that because they want to be the cool girl. They want to be okay. Oh, they want to be laid back. They want to be, seem like, oh, it's okay, no big deal. They're afraid to ask for what they want. But like if you guys are over 25 and you're dating someone and you've been dating them for more than a year and you're not planning on something that symbolizes you're committed, I mean, I don't consider that taken. But that's just me. I've been coaching this a long time. So we're kind of brainwashed the other way around because then it makes it easier for men to keep women around as a convenience. And it's easier to get out of. And they don't have to bother with it. All right. I hope that helps, Patricia, dear. Okay. Let's see. Michelle, let's talk to your parents. Got to switch modes here to get in the mediumship. Let's see. I see. I got you started, Patricia. I see that. Okay. Let's connect with Shelly's parents first. Guys, I'm going to do a couple. You guys see my darling cat, my little puppy. Tangelo and Billy. And then, so we'll get through these guys, and then I'm going to have to go feed my dad at some point. Okay. Let's connect to your parents, Shelly. I got to really switch modes here. I've been in spirit guide and teaching mode, mediumship mode. Let's see who's coming in here. No, we're not. No, we're not doing that. Nope. Come on. We're not doing that. We're not barking while I'm on a live. I see that person, but you don't have to bark at him. No, you don't. Okay. All right. So I see two figures coming in. Let's see here. And I see a third figure kind of off to the side. So we're going to do some evidence. I'm on a lot later today. So this is like another totally different group of people on here, guys. So you might not know. But what I need you to do when I do evidential mediumship is I need you to say yes, no. Because I stop looking at the comments unless it's something I need to know immediately. Okay. So I will either turn the comments off. I scroll them all the way up or down. Or, I don't look at them because what you tell me could mess me up. Okay, and then it ruins the evidence. But I do need you to let me know what relates to you so I know how to modify what's coming through, and I can make sure and validate these are really your parents and people for you, okay? So what I need you to do is just let me know yes or no for things, right? So if things relate to you, you could say yes, yes, pink, or no, black doesn't resonate me, or with that number, I don't know anything that has to do with that number, or yes, that would have been so-and-so, like, just yes or no, and let me know what it's for, because sometimes the more I get. So as I start sharing more evidence and then I move over, I don't know what the yes and no's are for unless you tell me, okay? All right. So I see two figures close together, like holding hands, walking forward. But I also see another figure. It would be either their same age or older coming in. Well, actually, I see figures now on both sides. Your dad's side of the family and your mom's side of the family. Let's see. Please let me know, Michelle, if your mom has a sister. There's a sister-like figure. Having my attention drawn to a sister-like figure. Let's see. You're welcome, Patricia. Nelia, just be specific and I'll get to you, okay, honey? Let's see here. Patricia, the hurt is on the outside of your comfort zone. I would join my school so you can get some support, okay? Okay, let's see. All right. So, so there are like these foggy figures on both sides of your mom and your dad. And there is a woman, either your mom's age or older, also coming through with her that's sort of stepping forward, sort of in front of the other relatives that would be on your mom's side. So I don't know if that is a sister or an aunt. It looks like it might have been like an older sister, maybe, or an aunt, about the same age, a little older than your mom. Right now, your parents are moving forward looking as though they're sort of dressed for the beach or vacation. Your mom's moving forward in like a really pale, lovely little, almost like a, I don't know if it's a real light blue or real light blue stripe, like cotton dress. Looks like they're walking forward from warm weather. Your dad has a nice light like cotton shirt and pants on and like slip-on shoes. And they're walking forward just looking like they've been happy and frolicking in warm weather as they move forward. And I'm asking if this is something literal for them or if this is something symbolic, that they are basically enjoying the other side, like it is a vacation, like it's peaceful, it's blissful, which I know they are enjoying it, but let's see here. I'm abruptly being shown, and it's funny because they're like smiling, like your mom has like I don't know, they just seem so sweet and like happy. They look so cute, but it looks like they just like kind of walked in off the beach, or like they were gonna have lunch at a restaurant off the beach or something. Let's see, your mom's hair is just, it's like lovely. It's like kind of a little like wavy, maybe with just a little bit of curl maybe, but it's like, looks like it's kind of been wind blown. It's not real long. And then like abruptly I'm being shown like a paper, like a pen, and I don't know if it's a pile of papers, something you have to sign or paperwork that had to be done or has to be done. They're showing me this this paper that would have some sort of I don't mean serious significance in a bad way, but some sort of significance. I'm being shown that. Let's see here. Just yes or no's in the comments, Shelly, okay? Shelly, did you just recently have lunch with someone? Or you're planning on going to lunch with someone? I believe this is someone that's either like a colleague or an associate or someone you haven't seen in a while, someone you don't normally go to lunch with. Because they're showing me that I don't know if this is past or future, but they're showing me going to lunch with someone that you wouldn't typically have lunch with, and that there's either on your part or their part a potential interest in starting something with them or working something through. So I don't know if it's a project or a job or connecting and collaborating on something. They love feeling that enthusiasm and excitement from you. And they're also showing me that, again, those papers, this like pile of papers in this pen. So they're showing me you either had or are going to have something that's significant for you to sign. So I don't know if you're buying a house, you're buying a car, or there's paperwork in conjunction with things that had to do with their estate. But they're showing me it's something that's like almost like a contract type of thing that you have to sign. Hi, Brenda Lucas. And they're telling me to share with you that the lunch is a good idea and they're excited for you and they love that you're collaborating. They're just like, have fun. Enjoy creating your life, they're saying. And then they're showing me in regards to the paperwork, whatever contract this is, they're telling me that they're showing me you're doing a good job. They're saying you have your ducks in a row, and you're trying to make sure you have your ducks in a row. They want you to trust yourself. And they're wanting to pass on that they're watching and supporting you. They hear you think about them and feel them and wish you could ask them for guidance and advice on things. They want you to know everything's going to be okay. All right, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be okay. They're saying things will work out even better and faster and more fun if you don't overthink and don't worry about things. Okay, they don't want you to worry about things. They want you to really trust yourself. Okay. Okay. All right, let's go over and see if this makes sense. Just don't forget, say yes or no contract, yes or no lunch. Let me know what it means. Let's see here. Nita says, thank you. I'm getting to you, Shelly. Thank you. That helps. I can totally understand that I need to change my mindset. Okay, good. Good. Now take action. It doesn't have to be from me, but get support from somewhere, Nita, because it's hard to do on your own, okay? All right. Scrolling down here, Shelly, to see what your confirmation is here. Guys, I'm trying to get to all your comments, okay? If I don't get to your comments, I just don't see it. Like I'm not trying to get to you, okay? Let's see. You're welcome, Patricia. Okay. Michelle says, no, that was the first thing. No, sister. That makes sense. Thank you. Your mom loved blue. Okay, excellent. Well, she looks good in it. And then you had yes and yes. Okay, so I'm assuming the one yes is for the lunch and the other yes is for the papers and the contract. Okay, yes, thanks to you. Okay, perfect. Yes to lunch. Perfect. All right, yay! Now, guys, that is evidential mediumship. That is evidence that I would have no way of knowing about, that the person can confirm or deny. Okay. That shows us proof and evidence that the loved ones are on the other side and they're present with you and they know what's going on. Okay. All right. Excellent. Let's see here. Hi, Jackie. Welcome. I got you started. Okay. All right. Hold on. I've got another mediumship reading I have to do up here. I have starred. We'll see if this person is still here. No, my dad's waiting for dinner. It's really late. I got on so late today, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, Natalie, it can be a long journey trusting yourself, authentic trust in yourself and the universe. Yes, Natalie, I'm sure you're gone, but thank you for that comment. Let's see here. Let's see. At LIIIIOOOO12. Okay, I got you started to answer your question. I'm trying to see Miss Shelley's. Oh gosh, Woodfield, I'm sorry. I just saw your message here. Life's crazy. Katie Newkirk, join the club, girl. Join the club. That's why we have the masterminds, because life is crazy. Okay, I'm just trying to get to Shelley's. Your ex-husband, Nelia. Okay. All right. Well, Shelley, I'm going to send you off with your loved ones. Yes. Yeah, and guys, it's not just an afterlife. We're over there now. You're on the other side now. There's only a little bit of you focused here. And we're all over there before we come here. So we're just going back with them where we were before. Okay. All right. You're welcome. Okay. I'm scrolling up for the other mediumship here. A couple other mediumships I was trying to do. Nelia, there was one before you. Trying to get to here. I want to get through these and be thorough because then I have got to feed my father at some point. 1 second here. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Woodfield, are you still here? I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even see yours before. Let me know if you're here. I always like to ask and make sure you guys are still on because a lot of times people don't come back and visit the readings that they were on, the lives. And I want to make sure I read for people that are here, not for someone that might not see the reading. Okay. You are wonderful. Thank you for waiting. Appreciate the patience. Okay. Is there a message from my dad? Or cash or elbows? Always wondered if there is anything. If there's anything, I guess, anything to help me. Got it. So, even if we don't sense or pick up on our loved ones, they can hear and sense and pick up on us. Okay. It's a lot easier for them to receive from us than it is for us, for them, because their perspective is so much more broad. We're so limited with our senses. Okay. And I want to mention this, that although they do not become your spirit guides when they cross back over, they can become guides. In other words, as loved ones, they're still a part of your spirit team there to support and help you. Okay. And some of them just dedicate their lives to that. Other ones just stay around and stay close, but they've got other things they're doing. Let's see. So I feel your dad's energy very close to you, actually. He's really got you embraced and is wanting you to know he's there. I see that. So a lot of times our loved ones will work through, try to get through to us the similar ways that our spirit guides do, which is a lot of times they will use our practical everyday lives. Right now, what I'm seeing with your dad, although we all have all of our clairs, Woodfield, what I'm seeing is that your dad tries to get through through clair cognizance and clairaudience with you, and through signs and symbols. So that means you might think to yourself, I'm going to go left here, or I'm going to go into that aisle. And you might hear or see or experiencing something that guides you in a direction that you need to go, that gives you validation or confidence about something, that reminds you of something that you need to be checking on or thinking about. And so the way your dad has been guiding you is, you'll think it's like your own thoughts, and the claircognizance and the clairaudience can often be confused. So if a spirit is speaking to you, you can hear it, but you'll often just think it's your thought. And what I'm seeing is that your dad's communication to you, Woodfield, is a lot of times you think it's you. He's showing me a definite line between differences and similarities between the two of you. He's showing me that you are better at tuning into and broadening your perspective of possibilities, such as looking into these metaphysical types of things that he was. He wants you to know that he was actually a little more open-minded to this type of thing than you realize he was. but he's glad to see you making use of that. He's showing me that from his perspective, you're a much more whole person than he was. That he was really, and I'm being shown, it looks to him like it's a generational thing, that he was much more tied to different old ways or things needing to be a certain way than you are. You're allowing yourself to broaden your horizons more, and he's very proud of you for that. Let's see. So it seems like he really wants you to, how is the best way to put this? He wants you to believe in yourself more, and he wants you to allow yourself to raise your standards for the capacity of matching your vision. In other words, he is sharing with me that he feels like you aim too low. You could always shoot for something more. And he, confidence comes through doing, and he wants you to do that because he believes that's where life is going to be the most fulfilling for you. Let's see. I'm seeing figures still here in this world that he has left when he departed. Is your mom still alive, Woodfield? I'm seeing a woman about his age that is still living, a female figure. Would you let me know, please, in the comments, just yes or no, mom, if your mom is still here in this world, please. Because he's showing me a female figure. And he's sharing with me that he can definitely see the impact of his life, now that he's crossed back over, the difference that it makes, both in positive and negative ways, in watching you and observing your guys' lives. And he sees her trying so hard. Let me look over here and see if you answered if your mom's alive or not. Let's see. I am here. Oh, he's always telling me to do better. Okay. That resonates with what he's saying for sure. Yes, your mom. Okay. All right. Well, that is evidence that he is seeing her. He's seeing both of you as well. And, he's showing me that she's still, she's trying really hard, but she's still really struggling with his passing. So, who is it? Just yes or no. And he's showing me sort of like a pressure and focusing attention here, kind of in this middle part of my chest here. Who is it that is struggling with some sort of medical issue in this chest area? I'm asking him in side conversation. Is he trying to point out to me something that he was dealing with, or is he referring to someone else? And he's also showing me who is it that smokes, Woodfield? Who is it that smokes? He's showing me a concern for smoking. Let's see. Good night, Sassy. Thank you. Okay. Yes, I'm assuming this is about your mom struggling. And so he's showing me this love and concern for you guys, and he's showing me her struggle. But then he's showing me this chest area here and a concern for here. And then he's also showing me smoking, showing me, I believe, cigarettes, I believe is what he's showing me. And, you know, he's saying that, yes, we all choose when we go. This is true. We all pass at just the right time, but we have this choice. And he's saying, make it count. He wants you to make life count. Okay? And he's like, quit. Just quit that. Quit. He says, it's going to make your life difficult. And he's saying, it's masking things you both need to deal with. Okay? Let's see. He's very concerned about, he's making me feel stuff in the chest issue, but I'm thinking it's maybe a heart condition. He's saying to follow through with the what is medically recommended, to really take care of this. And then I'm also seeing something about let's see, dad's heart. Okay, so it was your dad's heart. Okay, so that's him showing me then what he was feeling before he passed that led to his passing. Yeah, that came in connection with him as well. So that's part of your evidence that he's showing me that. And then I'm also seeing something in regards to cars. So he's just saying cars, something about the cars. So I don't know if you guys still have an extra car, if one of the cars is going bad and one of you is trying to sell or exchange a car. But he's showing me cars, like vehicles. And he's showing me that it is best it is best, at least with whichever car he's showing me. I believe it's the lighter one. I don't know. He's kind of showing me is weird. Like I can't tell if it's just like 2 doors or if it's lighter. I keep getting different flashes of different things, but I keep seeing a lighter colored vehicle. And he's saying that the issues are not going to be fixed. Maybe this isn't something you're experiencing yet because he's coming through me now, but you need to, if this isn't something you're already experiencing, when this vehicle starts having issues, you need to trade it in, is what he's saying. Because it's just going to end up being a lemon. It's not going to get better. Things are going to get worse. Okay. All right. Let me look over here, see if any of this makes sense. Your dad's heart. Okay. You and mom, I'm assuming that means smoking, because he's showing me you both smoking. And me and mom both stopped smoking yesterday. Okay. Actually, he showed me that early on with the heart, and I wasn't sure if it was heart failure or heart attack. So we were having a side conversation with that. So that is evidence from your dad. Okay, that is amazing. Do you guys see how this timing works, though? If I'd gone on to do the bonus live yesterday earlier, we wouldn't have been here tonight for you. And that lets you know that he sees that. Okay, you both quit smoking yesterday. Congratulations, that's amazing. Great job. Good job. Wow. Well, please know that he sees that, okay? He sees that. That is absolutely awesome. Hi, Mystic, AA. All right, you guys see how this works? All right, guys, listen, I am going to be back on Friday with Furball Friday. Don't hang up yet. Let me show you what's coming up. If you guys go to my school, if you want to see my calendar of events, if you want to join free events, whether it be about helping women through their relationships, if you want help getting clarity, if you want to learn to awaken your intuition, or just join a group-minded, like-minded group of people, if you want to get unstuck, all of these are things that I offer on school. And if you want to join me there, I put the link again down the platform. I'm going to start charging for it to join as soon as I get to 200 people. So if you want to be one of the 200 people to join us for free, please go ahead and join that link. Fire alarm's going off. My husband's in the kitchen. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back again on Friday, and then Monday with Angels in Action, and Wednesday with Lessons and Learning again next week. And you can always join me on school for all the other lives I do throughout the week. Guys, please like and follow my YouTube page if you would, and help me to grow that page for all of you, okay? Thank you guys for letting me read for you. It was a pleasure. I'm going to send your dad off with you now, Woodfield. And guys, oh, one last thing. If you did not get a reading tonight, please do not get stressed, okay? Veronica has amazing readers on here, and I will get in the comments and get to everybody. I have a lot of platforms to comment on. You guys can always find me next week, okay? Take care. Good night.